Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on some Steam news and updates. A major free game has been confirmed for Steam. It's one game that I really wanted to turn out well, but man, oh man, am I skeptical on it. We'll talk all about that, and we got some updates on various Sega games. We did have the release of Persona 3 Reload today, and it is doing very well on Steam, which is, I guess, a little bit surprising, and I'll talk about why in a little bit. And also, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has hit a major milestone, so we'll talk that at the end of this video. Two games that I've played both of them so far, and enjoying my time with both of them, so we'll talk about it in a little bit. But first of all, Skate! The upcoming Skate game has been confirmed for a Steam release. What are you gonna play Skate on in addition to the platforms already confirmed? We are stoked to announce Skate will be available on Steam for PC players as officially announced on the Skate Twitter page. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, Skate is the latest entry and I guess a reimagining of Skate as a franchise. It's called just Skate. Obviously, we had Skate, Skate 2, and Skate 3 back in the day. I want to say Skate 3 came out back in 2011, 2012. It's been quite a while. And then Skate 2, I remember February of 2009, I believe it was. I love that game. Skate 2 is the one that really clicked with me, and I sunk an absurd amount of hours into it. And I guess EA doesn't like money because if they had, I don't know if it's a licensing issue, so I shouldn't say they just don't like money, but you would think if you could remaster Skate 2 or Skate 3, put them in a collection and release it on Steam and all major platforms, you could price it at 40, 50 bucks and people would buy it in droves. But again, that could be a licensing issue, so like maybe me saying they don't like, obviously EA likes money. We all know EA likes money, but nonetheless, Skate 2 Remastered would be amazing on PC, and this Skate title is, of course, a free-to-play game, so, like, you know, that does cause a little bit of concern, a little bit of pushback. I have heard that there is a playtesting period going on. If you look into it, even though there's an NDA with that Skate playtest, if you dig enough online, you can find information about the playtesting going on. I don't know when this is gonna come out as far as its official release. I would imagine sometime in the latter portion of the year, but that is just complete speculation on my part. I do hope it turns out well. Even if it is a free-to-play game, I am not inherently against free-to-play games. I think free-to-play games can be done well, can be done effectively. I mean, I sunk a lot of time into League of Legends. I sunk a lot of time into Hearthstone. Do I regret the time spent on those games? No, I had a fun time with them when I played them, and both those games, let's just say, if you compare the money League of Legends and Hearthstone got from me to your typical $60 or $70 game release either, I spent multiples of that on League and Hearthstone, so really, I am as big of a whale out there when it comes to monetizations as anyone. But yeah, those days are a little bit behind me. Obviously, as far as Skate is concerned, just for ease of peace of mind, I would prefer it to be like a $60, $70 game and be akin to Skate 2 or Skate 3, but we can't have nice things, as I always say. So we're gonna get this free-to-play title. I'm sure they're gonna try to monetize it for eons and eons, and that's really, like, the forte of gaming as a whole, especially when you're talking about EA titles. EA is obviously, when it comes to an IP like this, they're gonna try to monetize it. Even if it was a $60, $70 game, oh, you damn right it would have a lot of DLC. You damn right there would be early access baked into the game, and whatever EA does, they would do with Skate, even if it wasn't a free-to-play game. It being free-to-play, I hope it turns out well, and it's a beloved franchise, and I imagine initially it's going to have quite the vested interest, but it really does come down to, for a game like that, where are you 6 months, 9 months from then, because if it is a free-to-play game, it is totally reliant on live service elements. So we'll see how it turns out. It is going to be on PC, though, so take that for what you will. Moving on from that, Persona 3 Reload is available today on PC, and I want to give a shout out to our good friends at Games Planet because they do have the game a little bit discounted. It is 10% off for $63. It is also fully available on Xbox Game Pass, so keep that in mind if you are looking to play this game. The $70 price tag is a little hefty to say the least. Play it on Game Pass if you want to do it, but you know, you're gonna get an 80-hour JRPG here for that standpoint. You know, $63 is probably well worth it. This is obviously a ground-up remake for Persona 3, one of the iconic games in the Persona franchise, and for a lot of people, the game that got them into Persona. You know, Persona is very much like Fallout in that people kind of forget about Fallout 1 and 2, people kind of forget about Persona 1 and 2, and they see Persona 3 as the start of the franchise and what got them into the series. But the remake is really well done. Persona 3 3 was already one of the greatest JRPGs of all time, and now you're taking that, you're remaking it for a modern audience. It's exactly what I say about Resident Evil 4. You're taking one of the greatest games of all time, you're remaking it for a modern audience. Guess what? You're getting one of the greatest games of all time once again. So, like, enjoy. Persona 3 had an incredibly compelling narrative. I don't know how people rank the Persona games as far as their favorites, but I do see people say P3 is their favorite. I see people say P5 is their favorite. I see people say P4 is their favorite. Whatever. They're all great games. And, yeah, I'm certainly gonna be playing a lot more of it. It's just a difficult time. And let's talk about the heart of the matter. I want to mention that even though that this game is on Game Pass, and I foresee that this is a game that, given it's a remake, given it's a $70 title, a lot of people are gonna check it out via Game Pass. It's still doing very well on Steam, at least relatively. We're at all-time peaked at 42,000 players. Now, I feel like Palworld's immense success has skewed perceptions, because I think a lot more people are taking into Steam concurrent player counts because of Palworld's astronomical success. Guys, Palworld should not be the barometer for a successful game. Persona 3 at 42,000 is a very, very healthy number, especially when the full game is available on Game Pass. And I look at a game like P3, it's a $70 release, more prone to be played on Game Pass versus a Palworld that's $27. So keep that in mind as well. And 42,000 would peg it as the most played concurrent player count for an Atlus release. Now, Atlus games, like before this, you had like Persona 5 on a 2-year delayed release, and then you had P5 Strikers. Like, yeah, not much competition, but 42,000 is still a very, very healthy number. You know, Granblue Fantasy Relink, that's a game that's doing really solid as well. I believe that peaked at like 60 or 70,000. You know, Japanese RPGs are crushing it on Steam, so you'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. And I plan to do a full video talking about the health of Japanese RPGs on Steam and PC as a whole, but for now, P3 are doing very, very well, all things considered, for expectations. And lastly, I do want to note, Sega also tweeted out that Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has sold over 1 million copies. You know, New Game Plus nonsense aside, and it's absolute nonsense, like, it's one of the most egregious elements of a game release of all time, legitimately of all time. What other, I mean, it's happened before, don't get me wrong. I was about to say, what other publisher has stripped away game mechanics of a game and then locked it away behind deluxe edition? Let's be real, that's happened several times, but it's never been done so blatantly. Like with Suicide Squad, they're a little crafty about it, if you know. Like some developers get like a little crafty, or publishers get a little crafty about how they sell you deluxe editions. With Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, they're just super blatant about it, and honestly, like that level of blatantness, I kind of gotta respect it on one extent, but it's still absolute, it's terrible, and I really hope Sega walks back on that in future games. But guess what? Infinite Wealth has sold over 1 million copies worldwide, so it's done very, very well given the style of game that it is. I have about 35 hours on Infinite Wealth. Let me actually just pull up my Steam right now. I have just over 30 hours on the game so far. I'm on Chapter 8, which honestly, I'm probably rushing through it a lot more than a lot of other people because I've got 8 billion games to play, but I've heard people being on like Chapter 5 and having like 30 hours. I have 30 hours right now, and I'm on Chapter 8, which is, you know, I would assume the midway point. I believe there's 15 chapters in the game. Most RPG games, I believe, have 15 chapters, but I'm really enjoying the game. I think it's great. It's honestly a little overwhelming with how much content is in the game. Like, I know people that just got into the Dondoko Island or whatever, Dondoko Island, and the Animal Crossing shtick in the game, and then spent an obscene amount of hours into that. Animal Crossing ain't really my cup of tea. I messed around with it for a little bit, and then I kind of moved back on to the main story, but there's so much to do in this game, it's ridiculous. They've got like a hilarious like online dating mini game into it as well. It's a lot of comedy with the content as well, but you're gonna find humor out of some of it, and you're gonna find enjoyment out of some of it. And even if you do focus primarily on the main story, you're gonna get a lot of content. Like, this game is, like I said, overwhelming in terms of how much content and things to do the game has. It's a little ridiculous, and it was really unfortunate that this Persona 3 Reload and Granblue, although Granblue main story-wise is a little bit on the shorter side, but if you want to do everything, Granblue is an undertaking as well. It's a shame that all three of those games were released in a 1-week period. Like, I get it that things happen, but Like a Dragon and P3 were both Sega-published titles. That's just gonna, like, kill me, but thankfully, we have a bit of reprieve for the rest of February. There's stuff like Helldivers 2 Banishers that I'm gonna check out, but those games should be, they probably won't be these grandiose JRPGs, and lengthy RPGs in general until FF7 Rebirth comes out at the end of the month. Stuff like Pacific Drive, I'm certainly going to check out as well, but yeah, it won't be like a wave of super lengthy games like we had in the last week. But I'm trying to complete like the majority of games this year. That's like my goal, and you know, I'm playing through all 3 games that I just mentioned a second ago. Already beat Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, already beat Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and if it does drop on PC, I'll probably play through it again. But I'm doing fairly well as far as that's concerned, at least for the start of the year. We'll see, like sometimes I fall behind. But I feel pretty good that this is going to be one of my stronger years in terms of games completed, so fingers crossed on that. But yeah, talk about first world problems to have, like beating games. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for me. Again, Skate officially coming to PC. It is a free release. We'll see how it turns out. Persona 3 doing fairly well on PC. If you are looking to pick up a Steam key, Games Planet has got you covered. And Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth doing very well, selling over 1 million copies thus far. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.